I'm back, we back, big city. Let's get it poppin', man, I'm simply ball dropping. Let's get it poppin', man, I'm simply ball dropping. You must love us cause you can't stop watching. You must love us cause you can't stop watching. Let's get it poppin', man, I'm simply ball dropping like it's New Year's Eve. Boys, James IV, that's Roman numeral 4 off the top with the intro. What up, K-Sap, no cap, that's the big bro. You know the ladies hold it down for the team. We be the hottest on this YouTube screens. We got sports, media, news, that round table talk. Them other parts ain't got the same sauce. Nah, hit us in the chat, but no haters allowed. Send you to the block party, what you gotta say now? We on live, hit us up and subscribe. If you like it to share, show love instead of staring. Man behind the mic, numbers don't lie. Send me a super chat to all that may apply. Ain't no party like an SPD party. Let's get the show started, pull up, everybody. Come on. Let's get it poppin', man, I'm simply ball dropping. What? Let's get it poppin', man, I'm simply ball dropping. You must love us cause you can't stop watching. You must love us cause you can't stop watching.
Yes. You know who it is. It's your favorite host, the man behind the mic of the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast, K-Sap. What's up? I see my mods starting to come in the building. What's up, Chancellor? What's up, ADP? What's up, Keywan Jackson? What's up, K Bina? I see y'all in the building. I'm going to give a chance to catch up to some people, man. When you come in the building, do me a favor, drop a like on the video. And if you're watching the video on the after show, on the rerun, make sure y'all post your comments and hype the video up. Y'all see the title of the show, man. What's next for the Cleveland Browns, man? What's next for the Cleveland Browns, man? On the day after Kevin Stefanski was fired, where do you think the Cleveland Browns should go next? What's next for the Cleveland Browns? It's a lot of coaches that have lost their jobs in the NFL. The latest one, Baltimore Ravens, John Harbaugh. It's kind of crazy out there, man, in the football world, man. You don't make it to the playoffs. You get X'd out and you get put Jigger on top. But John Harbaugh, Falcons coach, Kevin Stefanski, all out of a job. But what's next for the Cleveland Browns, man? What's next for the Cleveland Browns? What's going on, China Eyes? What's next for the Cleveland Browns, man? What would y'all like to see what's next for the Cleveland Browns, man? Cleveland Browns, man, you know, after they fired Kevin Stefanski, we heard what Andrew Berry had to say. Not being, committal to Shedeur Sanders. So what do y'all think is the next move for the Cleveland Browns? Do you think they should commit to Shedeur Sanders for 2026? Because this draft coming up, man, this is going to be the most talked about draft. And the only reason why it's going to be the most talked about draft, because it has everything surrounding around the Cleveland Browns. And when I say it has everything surrounded around the Cleveland Browns, I'm meaning because what one Shedeur Sanders does, it opens up a lot of floodgates. It opens up a lot of conversation and a lot of narratives that people push, because we've heard all season long that Cleveland needs to draft a quarterback in this 2026 draft, because when it first started out, everybody was on this Arch Manning train. We saw how Arch Manning started out. Didn't bode too well. And everything started, taking a downward spiral. And then all of a sudden, Fernando Mendoza comes out of nowhere. Now everybody wants to ride the Mendoza train. Everybody wants to ride the Mendoza train. Yeah, he was the Heisman Trophy winner. Got the number 1 team in college football in the Indiana Hoosiers. Potentially, to be the number 1 pick in this upcoming draft. But the Raiders are on the clock. Cleveland got the 6th pick. And if Cleveland's going to, mortgage the franchise and get rid of all their picks to move up to get one of these quarterbacks, my sources are telling me that your boy Dante Moore might return back to school. So I don't see no other quarterback that you can go in there and get. I think what's going to happen is they're going to have to go out and get one of these veteran quarterbacks and bring them in. And if it's going to be an open quarterback competition between Shedeur, Dylan Gabriel, and Deshaun Watson, let them have it. Because right now you already know who got the upper hand. Shedeur Sanders got the upper hand over Dylan Gabriel now. We don't know what Deshaun Watson can bring to the table. We don't know if he's going to be a shell of himself. We don't know. China Eye says not going to happen. What's not going to happen? Yeah, Dante Moore, I mean, everything that I've heard and the sources I've talked to said that, he's potentially going back to school. But the only one out there is Fernando Mendoza, but that don't make no sense because you got to address everything else around you. You got to address everything else around you. And when I say address everything else around you, you got to upgrade that whole offense. Just like Andrew Berry alluded to, you have to go get help offensively. Not just the offensive line. You got to get some playmakers. You got to get some playmakers to help out the quarterback that's going to, be the starter for the Cleveland Browns. A lot of people talking about John Harbaugh. I mean, that could be a good fit, but there's candidates out there, like I told y'all yesterday, and my defensive coordinator, Brian Flores. A lot of people saying Raheem Morris. I mean, it's a lot, and they got ties to the Baltimore Ravens' Todd Monken, their offensive coordinator. But if Andrew Berry wants to go another route and look in-house, you got Schwartz. Everybody's advocating for Schwartz to get an opportunity. And I don't know if y'all saw the show I produced about the coaches in-house having this conflict between Shedeur Sanders and Dylan Gabriel, I think Swartz was one that really had Shedeur Sanders back. So, and then, Andrew Berry did say the new head coach will have a say in who that quarterback is going to be. So if you really look at it, even though Andrew Berry was non-committal to Shedeur on just saying, hey, he's going to be the starter for 2026, a lot of people said that, Andrew Berry really didn't want to show his hand at that press conference because he addressed a lot of things. But I think if they do get a quarterback, it's going to be one of these veteran quarterbacks off the market. I don't think it's going to be no quarterback through the draft because, there's reports out there. Yeah, Jason Garrett's interviewing with the Titans. Yes. So, I mean, it's going to be a carousel of coaches. But me personally, I think John Harbaugh might be the first coach, to get a new job. It's unfortunate, but hey, that's the way sports work. But in this situation, man, I mean, what's next for Cleveland, man? What do you think Cleveland needs to do? Sometimes we got to take our heart out of it and we got to talk football. So in this sense, I've always said, man, I'm a stand on this. Like, just build around Shedeur, man. Build around Shedeur, man. That's all I'm saying, man. You build around Shedeur and, go out there and get the right pieces, man. And don't set back. Don't get distracted. They can't get set back. So I think in this instance, I mean, it's going to be a lot of coaches that can be looked at, but you don't want to jump the gun, jump to conclusions. You want to get the right fit. Want to get the right fit. No, Flores going to Baltimore. Let's get to some of these comments, man. Flores to Cleveland. Harbaugh got his pick of litter: Atlanta, New York, Cleveland, Las Vegas, and more. Somebody said, nope, Flores going to Baltimore. Browns need to fix the line and get a big-time productive receiver. I totally agree with that. Stefanski in New York, but now he thinking Baltimore. And the crazy thing about it is Stefanski will go to one of them teams and they'll get to the playoffs. That's the crazy thing. Stefanski will go to one of them teams and he'll get to the playoffs. That's the crazy thing. What y'all think? Yeah, the Ravens, that's my son's team, the Baltimore Ravens. He was excited when Harbaugh got fired. He was excited. But I just think, man, you don't rush the judgment. It's a lot of things that can transpire, but they got to get it right. Cleveland has to get it right this year. This offseason is crucial, man. They can't drop the ball on this. It's got to be crucial to what's going on. They got to make the right decisions. And also, man, I tell you, man, they got to go out and make the right moves, man. I think with all this propaganda and all these narratives out there about, oh, Shedeur's not your guy and things like that, Man, Cleveland got their quarterback, man. I just think, man, they just need to build around him. They need to build around him, man. And Andrew Berry did say the new head coach would have a say who that starter is going to be. Like I said, I think Deshaun Watson, I don't know, coming off of injuries he had, I don't know. I really don't know if Deshaun Watson can move the needle. I think Deshaun Watson probably be a shell of himself. I'm not hoping that's not the case, but somebody said Deshaun Watson starting next year is just business. Well, shit, they don't want to eat that money. They don't want to eat that money. I mean, it's going to be tough, man. Like, there's no quarterback. If they don't get Mendoza, what other quarterback would they want in the draft? If Dante Moore is going back to school, what other quarterback would they get in the draft, man? So, like Andrew Berry said, they probably have to, go the route of getting a veteran off the market somewhere. Let's get to the super chat. JB Smooth 92 for the $5 super chat said Browns only have 9 to 20 million in cap. A veteran quarterback eats most of that. Smarter move is spending on a wide receiver, offensive line, and the free agency and draft depth. I totally agree with you, JB Smooth. I totally agree. I've always said that. I said basically, man, just go out there and upgrade. Upgrade the offensive line. You want to upgrade the offensive line as soon as possible. And I think there's some good offensive linemen, on the market that are free agents that you can trade for to upgrade that offensive line. Because, going the draft route, like I say, you can catch a lot of diamond in the roughs in the later rounds with these offensive linemen and also these wide receivers. If you can't get Cornell Tate, if you can't get Tate or anything like that, I mean, you can get a diamond in the rough in the later rounds. What's going on, Amber Love? I see you in the building. You can get it. Tyreek for Jerry Jeudy. Hey, that would be interesting, but Tyreek coming off of that, blown out knee. Coming out off that blown out knee. So you got to look at it like this. It's a lot of wide receivers that you can get that are veterans that are right now free agents. Like if you can't get the wide receiver that you coveted in the draft, man, you can get one off the market. You can get one off the market because, I mean, man, look, nobody thought that Jackson Smith-Njigba would be doing the things that he's doing in Seattle. Even Mecca Egba for Tampa Bay. Nobody see guys like that. That's the kind of receivers that Cleveland need. Because Shedeur can get them the ball. And that's when it comes in with the offensive line. Upgrading that offensive line, give Shedeur that protection to get the ball. Because what have we been saying all along? Some of the receivers that Cleveland got, they can't get open. They can't create separation. The only one that creates separation running straight down the field is Isaiah Bond. I mean, Jerry Jeudy, I don't know what Jerry Judy's problem was this year. It's like he didn't get separation. He got a separation on a few plays, but he wasn't consistent. Like, and plus, I hope the new coach that comes in gets with Tommy Rees. They need to change that whole offensive playbook, man, because that playbook was terrible. Like they had no quick passes. They had no quick slants. They had nothing. Like it was terrible. Like the receiver sets was terrible. Like Hey, y'all leave my man Jay Jettas alone, man. Let Jay Jettas stay in Minnesota, man. Stop that. But that'd be a good option. That'd be a good option. Yeah, they little league plays, man. They predictable plays, man. Like you gotta, like you ain't got no trip sets. You ain't got nothing. I mean, their playbook was just simplified, man. And the thing about it is, you're gonna have to open up the playbook. Like whatever head coach come in, man. But it all starts now. That's why I said it's gonna be a crucial offseason. And that's what Andrew Berry said, man. Andrew Berry said, man, they got to get to work now, man. They got to get to work now. So, you know, you got to get these guys in, man. You got to get that continuity, man. You got to get that language down and everything. So, man, their work starts now. Like you said, sometimes in the NFL, there is no off season. You got to continue to work and continue to grind. And if you don't grind it out, man, there's other teams out there grinding. Even though the playoffs are going, these teams that are not in the playoffs, it's still work that needs to be done. It's still work that needs to be done. So, yeah, that's what the issue is, man. But I just think, man, building around your quarterback, upgrading that offensive line. I mean, the defenses, you know, you got defensive guys that was out of the lineup late in the season. Get them guys healthy. You still got the likes of Delpert, Denzel Ward, Bush, Campbell, Schlesinger, things like that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what it is, man. So yeah. So yeah, you got Brandon Ayuk, Jetta, George Pickens, Keenan Allen. Yeah, there's some of the dogs out there. Yeah. So basically, man, like, do y'all think that the Cowboys gonna pay George Pickens? Would George Pickens even entertain the Cleveland Browns? Would y'all think George Pickens even entertain the Cleveland Browns? Yeah. So hey, it is what it is, man. They got a more position groups depend on offensive line than any other. Yeah. Like, I mean, it's asinine that these people in the media personnel and the Cleveland insiders talking about go get a quarterback. Why is the focus on the quarterback? The focus shouldn't be on the quarterback. The focus should be on upgrading this offensive line to have the quarterback perform. Because you're going to be at the same expense if you draft a quarterback and throw them in there and you ain't address none of the needs that you needed to address. Things are going to look the same. But I think with Kevin Stefanski going, things won't look the same. I mean, shout out to Kevin Stefanski, you know, coming in the first year, getting them to the playoffs and things like that. But that ship has sailed now. Yeah, Amber, you got a point because every time you hand the ball off, the defensive line is already in the backfield. Judkins couldn't get started. And I'm going to say this, and I'm going to keep on saying this till I'm blue in the face. Shedeur Sanders had the last 7 starts, right? He played with 12 different offensive line combinations, man. He played with the third string and fourth string. He had no playmakers. He had the second and third string running backs in there. Then he had the running back Sanders for the last 2 games, which he's been cut twice. And then he's got back on the squad. Then you had the tight end that came up from the practice squad. So, yeah, it is what it is, man. You had do y'all realize the tight end he came up from the practice squad? Yeah, we all know that. We all know it. You know, you got them insiders like Jason Lloyd, Mary Kay Cabot. You got some of them insiders, man, that are diabolical, man. They just messy, man. But the thing about it is Shedeur Sanders handled it well. He never threw nobody under the bus. He just conducted business in the right way. Yeah, exactly, Amber. He led the team in rushing 3 straight weeks, man. 3 straight weeks, man. Out of 7 starts, he led them in rushing for 3 of his 7 starts. He could have led them in rushing last week. He was only 6 yards less than Bush. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, the number one priority should be the offensive line and the wide receivers. But you know, this is when Mel Kiper comes into play. Mel Kiper's when he puts his big board out there, you'll know it'll all shape up from there. Let's get to the comments. JB Smooth 92 said Browns could be nasty next year with a defense and a couple good receivers and linemen. The next year, freed up from that Deshaun Watson contract, swear 12 will be set up perfectly. Yeah. But that's the crazy thing. You gotta see what you're gonna do with that Deshaun Watson contract. 3 and 4 is not too bad considering 36. Yeah, exactly. Grass and Bass. His offensive line was 32nd in how many teams in the NFL? There's 32 teams in the NFL, right? And they was ranked dead last. But you got the likes of Jason Lloyd want to measure Shedeur by his whatever he measures him by, says he's the worst quarter. They instead of looking at, from your lens and seeing what you see out of Shedeur, you going off of some advanced metrics and some analytics, man. Man. So Amber, you think AB gonna do his big one, man? You think AB is gonna do his big one, man? I'm gonna sit back and let Andrew Berry do what he got to do, man. I'm just gonna sit back, man. I want to see what this will tell me what Andrew Berry is really made of. This will tell me what Andrew Berry is really made of if he does his big one. Oh, they all mad that Kevin going. They mad that Kevin going and Andrew's still there. That's the problem. They mad that Andrew is still there and Kevin is gone, man. I can't stand Jason Lloyd, man. Go back to talking baseball. Go back to the Cleveland Guardians, man. I can't stand him. It seems like Jason Lloyd and Mary Kay Cabot, they are the great protectors of Kevin Stefanski. Mary Kay Cabot is trying to hide it so much that she can't hide it. She's upset that Kevin Stefanski's going. She's upset that Kevin Stefanski's going and Andrew Berry is still there because y'all remember them saying, if Kevin Stefanski go, Andrew Berry going too. But nah, Jimmy Haslam, he said, nope, Andrew Berry's staying. Andrew Berry's making the calls. He going to be around here. He going to spearhead the head coaching, search. And that's what they pissed off about. That's what they pissed off about. And that's the problem. See, all you got to do is sit back and wait. They'll show their hand. They will show their hand. So I don't know what the issue is, man, but they'll show their hand. That's the problem. But it is what it is, man. But I mean, y'all can okay. I believe y'all, chat. I believe what y'all saying, Andrew Berry. I believe y'all. That's why I said I'm not going to say too much about Andrew Berry. I'm going to sit back and let Andrew Berry do his thing. I'm not going to mention Andrew Berry. I want Andrew Berry to do his thing. But I know a lot of people, when I did that video about, Andrew Berry not being committed to Shedeur Sanders in 2026, a lot of people came in the comment section and said, believe me, brother, Andrew just didn't want to show his hand. So I'm going to sit back and I'm going to let Andrew Berry do what he needs to do. As a general manager, like Amber said, you better do the big one. And we're going to sit back and we're going to see. Because like I said, this offseason is crucial, man. Cleveland can't afford no more setbacks. Do y'all realize that? Cleveland can't afford no more setbacks, man. Can't afford no more setbacks. That's the issue. They can't afford no more setbacks. Yeah, he got to find a proven head coach, man. And there's a lot of proven head coaches out there. Amber, you speak in street terminology, huh? you speak in street terminology. When have you known a black man to be able to keep it real? He has to play the game. That's a good one. Yeah. Barry going to be a straight dog in the draft and free agents. Browns will be in the playoffs next year. I hope y'all all right, man. I hope y'all all right, man. But that's what I said. I'm a setback. I'm gonna let Andrew Berry do what he got to do, man. That's what I'm saying, Craig. They can't afford to set themselves back, man. It's things gotta change, man. Smoking on their daily grocery pack. Yeah, things gotta change, man. Things gotta change in Cleveland, man. Things gotta change. So you honestly, okay. So y'all honestly think Harbaugh would be a good selection for the Cleveland Browns? Hey, grass and brass. That's who. Look, Cleveland got ties to Todd Monken. I ain't heard him say nothing about Harbaugh yet, but there's reports out there that Cleveland likes Todd Monken, the offensive coordinator for the Baltimore Ravens. So you're saying Harbaugh is top priority? I just, me personally, man, I really don't like Harbaugh's coaching style, man. I really don't, man. I mean, if he wanted Shedeur, I mean it is what it is. But I just don't like his coaching style. Hey, Cliff Kingsbury. Hey, see that's a name that nobody thought of. That'd be a good mix for Shedeur. Man, Lamar ain't got no limitations, man. Stop that, Trill City. I can't agree with you on that, man. So everybody's vouching for Harbaugh. Okay. Craig Tatum said he liked McCarthy. Wow. That's a little different. But I respect it. And that's why I'm posing the question. What's next for the Cleveland Browns? What direction must the Cleveland Browns move toward in 2026? Exactly. He cost the Ravens too many games, man. It wasn't Lamar's limitations, man. That was John Harbaugh, man. Sometimes, man, your course just runs out, man. 16 years with the Baltimore Ravens, man. Sometimes your course just runs out, man. You got to change. Sometimes you got to change things. Man, Lamar, come on, Trill City, man. Lamar Jackson can sling that ball around with the best of them, man. Stop, man. Stop. I'm not sitting here with that Lamar slander, man. Stop. Stop. I'm gonna be like Marcus Spears. I'm gonna crash out on y'all. Don't do that. I'm gonna be like Marcus Spears and I'm gonna crash out. Don't do that. I can't believe you said that, Trill City. Woo. What's up, KD? I can't believe you said that, Trill City. No. McCarthy proven to be good with young quarterbacks. That's respectable. He did a lot with Aaron Rodgers. That's what I'm saying. Leaping Cat Productions. I don't know where Trill City coming off with that Lamar slander, man. I can't believe that. Stop, Trill City, man. I'm not even entertaining that, Trill City. I'm gonna crash out like Marcus Spears, man. Stop. Stop. Y'all see what Trill City doing, man? Trill City causing confusion, man.
They only here to cause confusion.
You only here to cause confusion, Trill City. Don't do that. Man, Lamar Jackson is already an MVP, man. What you see? I mean, like, come on, don't do that, Trill City, man. This is what you're doing, Trill City.
They only here to cause confusion.
You're only here to cause confusion, man. Don't do that, man. Don't do that, man. Oh, yeah, the Browns would take Lamar Jackson in a heartbeat, man. The Browns would take Lamar Jackson in a heartbeat. Somebody said Trill City, a graduate of the MKC School of Bull Jump. They all be hating. Mina Kimes hating too. Yeah, y'all know Marcus Spears crashed out on them cats when they was talking that Lamar Jackson slander. But I just think, in a sense, with the Cleveland Browns, man, they got to do the right thing, man. Trill City, stop, man. Stop. Stop, Trill City, man. You got to stop, man. No. Lamar needed a change of coach. That's what Lamar needed. They going to slander the 2-time MVP and Lamar Jackson. Don't let them do it, Craig. Don't let them do it, man. Come on, Trill City. You can't do that, man. Somebody said that's like Michael Irvin as GM for the Dolphins. Y'all crazy. Well, y'all crazy. Yeah, but I mean, like, seriously, on a serious note, man, we need to, man. Well, basically, I mean, Amber, if you look at it, the Baltimore Ravens were the old Cleveland Browns, if you look at it. So that's where his ties is at. Jacoby Myers would have been a good pick at wide receiver, and it would not have cost him a lot of money to sign. Yeah, there's a lot of receivers out there that could fit in good with Shedeur Sanders. I mean, like Shedeur said, the hungry dogs, man. Them guys would be hungry. Them guys would be hungry, man. Because if you gotta look at some of the receivers that are across the NFL, man, you got to look at the receivers that the Raiders did have when they did have a quarterback in Derek Carr before he broke his leg, right? They had receivers that was route runners and could get open. It's just their quarterback play went down. Then you saw Geno. Geno told him, that's how Geno got over there to the Raiders, because he didn't write back. Got himself a good contract. Then he just went from sugar to shit. Then they put Kenny Pickett in there. Kenny Pickett's first throw was an interception. Nobody wants to talk about that. So, they put too much focus around everything that Shedeur Sanders didn't do great, but didn't put the focus on the things that he did great. And then you don't look at it like G. Bush said. You got to look at everything that started up front and what Shedeur got around him. You give Shedeur Sanders just a little bit of weapons, he gonna surgically slice and dice you. Because you got to look at it like this. Look at all the weapons that Joe Burrows had the last game with T. Higgins and wide receiver and Jamar Chase. I mean, in the tight ends and Jamar Chase. And Shedeur Sanders and them beat him. They beat him. And Shedeur Sanders didn't have nowhere close to the receiving core that Joe Burrows had. And Shedeur Sanders, the game-winning drive to get Andre Smith the field goal attempt to redeem himself. Did y'all see the footage of Shedeur mic'd up once he led the drive down and he put the ball in the hands of Andre Smith? He said he gonna make this. He said this is because y'all wrote him off the first game. He redeemed himself. Did y'all see that clip when Shedeur was mic'd up? Shedeur already knew it was good. After Shedeur didn't let him down on a 10-play, 64-yard drive. He already told them that the field goal was good. He gonna make this. So, yeah. Kenny Pickett ain't did nothing, man. And then, Flacco he had 2 good games, and then Joe Burrows came back and they said, nah, get on the bench. You know what I'm saying? So you got to look at the guys that Cleveland brought into training camp. Them guys didn't pan out when they went elsewhere. Joe Flacco had 2 good games. They thought Kenny Pickett could be a starter for Cleveland. Went over there with the Raiders and he shit the bed. That's what I'm saying. And Shedeur Sanders, the way he played with the tools that he had, people need to commend him for that. Don't look at all his mistakes as negatives. Look at them as a learning experience. Somebody that just got thrown in the fire with no offensive reps, no first-team reps. And he went out there and did everything he did. It's almost like he was OJT. He was on the job training. On the job training and made the best of it. And got 3 victories as a starter. He had more victories as a starter than Joe Flacco and Dylan Gabriel put together. But they don't want to talk about that. And then, and when Shedeur Sanders took over the helm, the weather changed. He played in all inclement weather. He played when it was raining, he played when it was snowing, and he played in the frigid cold. They limited Dylan Gabriel against the Miami Dolphins because it rained a little bit, but it wasn't cold. Dylan Gabriel played in nice weather, him and Joe Flacco. When Shedeur Sanders took over, all the games he played in the snow. He played in the frigid rain. He played in the wind chill factor. And he played when it was freezing out there. Amber, we talked about that. I told y'all that Dylan can't hold up in that cold. Go back and look at all the games that Shedeur Sanders played in outside of the Raiders game because he played indoors. Go look at every other game Shedeur played in. He played in inclement weather. Yeah, Jason Lloyd, we're gonna school him later on tonight, man. We're gonna do a video on him later on tonight. We're gonna let him have it. Well, that's what I'm saying. What up, G30? My point is, when Shedeur Sanders took over the reins, it was all in inclement weather outside of the Raiders game. DG played at the beginning of the year when the weather was nice, when it was 80 and 85 degrees. And it wasn't even cold when they played Miami and Cleveland. It's just that it was raining in the week leading up to that, and they knew it was going to be raining in the forecast. They was going to limit DG, and they were just going to run the ball. And you see what Quinshon Judkins did against Miami. The run game was going because the offensive line was intact, and the defense played well. But when Shedeur took over, it was nothing but inclement weather. Played when it was snowing. Played when it was frigid rain. Played when it was 4 degrees. The wind chill was at -4. That's what I'm saying, Amber. Almost had 400 yards against Tennessee in the snow. 363. But nah, they want to sweep that under the rug. They don't want to talk about that. They don't want to talk about that. But the week leading up to that Miami game, they said there's going to be a little bit of rain in the forecast, and they didn't want Dylan Gabriel throwing the ball around the field. Come on now. Shedeur Sanders is built for it. He played in Colorado. He played in rain. He played when it was cold. That's the difference, man. So my question to the chat, how do y'all think Dylan Gabriel would have held up in these inclement weather games? What do you think Dylan Gabriel would have done in these inclement weather games? He wouldn't have done nothing. He's not accustomed to it. He probably wouldn't even know how to grip the ball. Even the game with Shedeur, exactly, Trill City. It's probably one of the realest things you said all night, Trill City. Lost his pinky nail, and they complained about the ball spinning. And he still went out there and performed when it was cold. And you heard him after that. He was telling his brother, he was like, man, that grip on the ball was a little different, but he was making it happen. He was making it happen. And see, that's the difference. That is the difference, man. That is the difference. That is the difference. Let's get to the comments, man. Hogball said Chase Daniels is better than Dylan G, and he's in the clipboard Hall of Fame. Laugh out loud. Amber said he probably would have walked off the field. Courtney Miller, 2680, said the Cleveland Browns will be a really good team this coming up season with the change of scenery from the head coaches. That's all that's really needed. Nah, they need an offensive line too, Courtney. They need an offensive line. They need an offensive line, man. What G30 said, if Nike can see the future, why can't the Browns media? You know how the Browns media is, man. The Browns media, man, they I mean, you got to just sit back and listen to them. Sometimes they funny to me. That's why we can clown them when we do videos, man. Because they say the worst things and the asinine things, and they start getting exposed, man. Because one thing about it is things that they say, they get clipped. Somebody gonna throw it right back on them. And they gotta realize that. They gotta realize that. Yeah, y'all do me a favor, man. Hit the like button, please. 100 people in here watching, man. Do me a favor, hit the like button. Offensive line, Craig. You get Shedeur offensive line, man, he can be dangerous, man. Especially with the games under his belt now, and he know what he needs to work on. And now that he got some reps with some of the guys, it just gets dangerous from here. It just gets dangerous, man. Look what his second year in Colorado did for him. A lot of these Cleveland media dweebs don't even know what a winning quarterback DNA traits look like. No objective commentary. Who says they don't see that in 12 is just a bozo. Yeah. I agree with that, JB Smooth. Yep. He said What G30 said, the old line was the homicide squad. Yeah, the old line was bad, guys. Cam Robinson, man, I don't mean to shit on your NFL days, man, but man, hey, John Kidd, 119. I'd love to see him go to the Vikings. But yeah, that all Cam Robinson was terrible, man. Terrible. But if you guys ain't joined the channel, man, do me a favor, man. Join the channel, man. The doors of the church is open, man. Hit that join button, become a member of the community, man. And let's get this thing popping. Get Bill Callahan back. Oh yeah, but G. Bush addressed that on his channel. He addressed that on his channel early this morning, man. G. Bush know what he doing. G. Bush knows how to get himself out of there. G. Bush know what he doing. Just go listen to what G. Bush was talking about today. He knows how to handle that situation, man. We all see what they're trying to do, but G. Bush know what he know what he doing. Big Larry said, "Man, I just heard that Kevin's wife and daughter of the sport announced that Deion poured the water on. He played for the Tim McCarver. Yeah. Cam Robinson needs to work on getting his CD. Yeah, man. I don't know what Cam Robinson be doing, man. I don't know if he know the blocking scheme. I don't know if he know the playbook on who to block. I don't know, man. Oh, yeah. They all been doing that, man. But G. Bush know how to handle that situation, man. Yeah. But G. Bush be letting them have it. That's why they be mad at G. Bush, man. Because I don't know, man. Jason, Lloyd, and Jay Crawford, I don't see how they got permission to sit on that couch at UCSS. I really don't, man. I really don't. I really don't, man. Oh, yeah. G. Bush a bad dude, man. He know how to finagle his way up out of there. Oh, yeah, they gonna say that. Because G. Bush, like G. Bush said today, when he's on UCSS, there's producers that tell him a topic that they got to be on, and he tries to stay on that topic, and he don't try to get off topic. You know what I'm saying? But when he's on his channel, on the barbershop, he producing his own show. He can say anything he want to say. And that's the problem. That's why he say on UCSS, when the producers tell him this is the topics that they're going to cover, that's why he stays on script. Yeah, Jason needs to be canceled. Jason needs to be canceled, man. Yep. But yeah, just go listen to G. Bush's video that he dropped early this morning, man. He was live early this morning. He talked about that, man. Sometimes you got to play the game, man. You like Amber said earlier, man. Sometimes you got to play the game, man. And when G. Bush is under contract with a certain entity, you got to play the game. G. Bush is the contract on his own show, but UCSS, he under contract. So he got to play the game. He got to play the game. Yeah, him and Earl the Pearl be giving it to him, man. Yeah, hey, look, I know, Amber. Look, I got a video cooked up talking about that. I'm gonna drop that first thing in the morning. I didn't think nobody caught that. I don't see how y'all didn't catch that, man. Amber, I'm glad you brought that out, man. So Y'all guys look forward to the video I'm dropping tomorrow morning, man, when I'm talking about what Jason Lloyd said about Shedeur not belonging on the team and no coach wants to deal with it. Now, I tried to be considerate when I did that video about Jason Lloyd. Is he a hater or is he borderline racist? Everything that I've heard lately, that's not a hater. That's not borderline racist. That's a pure racist. I don't even want to talk about it. It's coming in the video. I'll let it all out in the video. Yeah. Racist and jealousy. Mary Kay's not okay. Y'all better check on Mary Kay. She not okay, man. Yeah, it's no words for Jason Lloyd, man. Nah, he's not a hater. Jason Lloyd is not a hater. He's a racist. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. See, Big Larry, that's facts right there. No, they not saying Shedeur Sanders is the worst quarterback in the century. Jason Lloyd brought that to everybody's attention with his advanced metrics. And then Jay Crawford had to piggyback with him. Something is wrong with Jason Lloyd, man. But Jason Lloyd want that attention. We're going to give it to him. We're going to give it to him. But yeah, guys, man, I just wanted to come on here, man, and get y'all's perspective and see where y'all think, Cleveland should go next, man. That Cleveland should go next, man. But we got to cook that video up of Jason Lloyd, man. I might drop it tonight, man. So y'all stay tuned, man. I'm going to drop that video tonight, man. Yeah, he has no credibility. No credibility. Erica Ransom, 236. Jason has no credibility. Yeah, I'm going to drop that video tonight, y'all. So y'all stay tuned. I'll probably drop it around about 10 o'clock Central Standard Time. But I appreciate everybody that tuned in, rocked out with me tonight, man. Do me a favor, man. If you ain't joined the community, hit the join button. Support the channel, man. Yeah, I'm going to put it out there, Trill City. I appreciate everybody rocking with me. Appreciate all my mods in the building. Appreciate all my members, man. Appreciate y'all taking the time out to come rock with your boy tonight, man. But look, like I always said, man, tell a friend to tell a friend. It might not be for you, but it might be for them. And this is going to wrap up another episode of the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. I'm your host and the man behind the mic, K Sapp. We're going to catch you on the next one. Deuces.
Thanks for listening to the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. Be sure to subscribe, like, and share on all major platforms.